Hi folks, my name is Gerdes. I'm just a professor trying to help you understand context in the war in Ukraine. I need your help. I did a little poll yesterday and it told me something that I thought was interesting, but now I want to uh, dive a little bit deeper. So I put this poll out that said, how do you perceive Russia and American Republicans? Like, are they the same? Are they different? That kind of thing. And so I had completely opposite, and it was a 5-point Likert scale, completely opposite, mostly different. They're ex-Soviet versus Judeo-Christian conservatives. Soviets were like atheists, socialist, communist kind of something. American Christian conservatives tend to be, more individualistic, freedom, liberty, that kind of thing. I don't know, no opinion. I just don't know. It's not. I have no strong opinion one way or the other. Mostly the same because both are pushing traditional values, and so you hear traditional values in the United States from conservatives. You hear Russia and Putin talking about traditional values and upholding traditional values, or they are completely aligned with each other. Now, I put this out, and I found some really interesting results that came from it. So when I was looking at this, I thought roughly this was what I was going to get, but I also know how my audience skews. So completely opposite, 9%. Okay, that's a pretty small. Plus 21%, that's about 40% that say it's completely opposite, mostly different. 10% in the middle, and then you had 60% that were saying they're mostly the same or they're completely aligned with each other. Now, I kind of understood that I would get certain results, and then I was watching Mercado Media, and I saw this, and I thought, huh.
You guys' questions at the end. But looking at our poll, how do you perceive Russia and American Republicans? 17% say they're completely opposite, and 13% say, oh, they're mostly different. 33% say they're mostly the same, and 36% say they are completely aligned. And I got inspired on that poll from Professor Gerdes' community poll, and it matches. It's about the same, ain't it? Let me look at Gerdes, see the numbers, how it compares with his channel and mine. He's got the same viewers. Yeah, it's literally the same. Nope. Completely opposite has more votes on my stream than mostly different, but everything else is the same.
So yeah, so we found very similar results. I don't know how much overlap we have. I know we have some overlap. People watch what I do for different reasons than they watch what he does. He's far more educated in battle maps and military than I am, but I don't know how his audience lays as far as their political affiliation. So I know that my audience skews pretty well to the left. But what I wanted to do was this. So I created 4 of the duplicate polls to try to get to demographics. And so I'm asking you to go back to the community tab and just do one of the 4 of these polls. And so it says 1 of 4, please answer only one of the 4 polls. If you identify as politically left, answer this one. The next one says 2 of 4, please answer only one of the 4 polls. If you identify as politically neutral or centrist, neither left nor right as you define it, and I don't care how you define it, just whatever you feel like you actually are. And number 3 says, please answer only one of 4 polls if you identify as politically right, Trump, MAGA, not old school conservative, answer this one. And then the last one says 4 of 4, please answer only one of 4 polls if you identify as politically right, as an old school conservative, but not Trump MAGA, answer this one. Now, why am I asking it this way? So I'm not just asking about left, right, or center. It's not just these 3 categories, because I think I have to get to the divide within the Republicans between the Trump MAGA kind of crowd and the old school conservatives, and see if there's a difference between there. There may be, or there may not be. But how the answers we get to this might actually help guide us and help us understand how we should be speaking to our legislators. Before too long, we should be getting back to thinking about writing our legislators when it's that time. We want to hit at the precise time where it's going to have the greatest effect. Some time ago, I showed you some sample letters of how to write your congressman and what to say. frankly, that you say something is more important than what you say. But if you hope to make a dent, knowing where they come from and knowing that this one is a Trump MAGA rabid, like, we've got to do this kind of person, and this one is all in favor of Ukraine because they're an old school Republican that is like this. Knowing that is important, and being able to speak the language as appropriately as possible can only help. So I think you're going to see some differences, just like the original poll. Let me go back to the original. The original poll had, completely opposite between, Russia and the uh, American conservatives, all the way to completely aligned. But there's some confusion because it's like, well, both are pushing these traditional values. Yeah, but if you go back yesterday, the first video I did yesterday was Solioff talking, and he's talking about all this traditional values and God and all this kind of thing. That is not what American conservative evangelicals think. They don't think God, Russia, everyone else is evil. And I think exposing that is very important. I think that's a key to unlocking the connection between the American evangelicals and Solioff. But I'm not sure that I'm seeing this clearly, so I'm asking for your help. Okay, if you would be willing to do that and put that into the community, like make sure that you vote, please do that, and then just in here tell me that you voted. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your help, and thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.